Hello everyone, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts and Colossal Fossils. Today this is a Prehistoric Facts extra episode number 51. We're going to continue the fun by doing my 10 favorite pterosaurs. And so let's actually keep going, shall we? And so the criteria is the same as like the previous extra episodes that I've done, is that this is just a list. There's no rankings, and like I said, this is just for fun. And some of these pterosaurs will get their own special episode at some point in the future. And so yeah, so if any of these pterosaurs that you see on the screen, even though one I did not have a picture of that I had in my file, so that kind of screwed everything up. But I will show you like a fossil from a book, and also tell me what your list is. Tell me what your list of your favorite pterosaurs are. It could be like 15, could be 10, could be 5, or it could be 3. I mean, who knows? Whatever your list is like, please feel free to do that in the comment section down below. And so let's actually get started. So the first pterosaur that is one of my favorites is, of course, an icon of all the pterosaurs, is Pteranodon. And so Pteranodon is the icon of pterosaurs. It was one of the first large pterosaurs that was discovered back in the 1800s. And and there's all kinds of species of Pteranodon. So you can find Pteranodons with shorter crests. There's Pteranodons that have longer beaks. There's so many of them, and this is the more iconic Pteranodon with the longer crest, and so the males do have the longer crest, whereas the females had a tad bit shorter ones. But yeah, so this one is one of my favorites because it's such nostalgia for me of seeing Pteranodon in the skies in movies, TV shows, books, occasionally video games of like old computer games. But like, yeah, Pteranodon is such an icon, and I like Pteranodon. The next pterosaur is Peteinosaurus. Now you might have seen this one in my Triassic uh, list as well. So yeah, Peteinosaurus is one of my favorites. It's one of the earliest of the pterosaurs. It's a small pterosaur, but you could still like the small ones. You know, you don't it doesn't always have to be the big ones, and especially that Peteinosaurus is a small pterosaur and it feasts on insects and small fish. It's pretty much what it is. The next pterosaur on my list is Tapejara. Now there is some controversy with this pterosaur. Now there is some scientists that still believe that Tapejara was able to, or otherwise it might have had like a much larger crest. I mean, there is a family of these. There's a family of pterosaurs that is along with Tapejara, and they have like these huge crests on their heads and kind of small bodies. And so these animals had large heads, but with small bodies. And there's controversy about whether or not they actually did able to use their bodies to be able to float on the water, but mainly in shallow water, and able to pick up fish and shrimp in their types of air. But yeah, Tapejara is one of my favorites because it's such a weird looking pterosaur with that huge head, big honking crest. It's just a weird looking pterosaur. I like it a lot because of the weirdness of it. Next pterosaur is Quetzalcoatlus, and Quetzalcoatlus is pretty much one of the largest pterosaurs to ever exist. Almost a 40-foot wingspan, as tall as a giraffe. I mean, what can you not like about this animal? It's got a long neck, a really large head, and it probably weighed as much as a black bear, which is pretty crazy. An animal that weighs as much as a black bear that can be able to fly. And yeah, it's probably my favorite pterosaur, even though a lot of people would say yeah, Quetzalcoatlus would be their favorite one as well because of like the size. I mean, size is one thing, but I just like the skull and also what scientists believe it really ate. Quetzalcoatlus would eat fish. It would even eat baby dinosaurs. That is crazy to think about. A pterosaur that is able to eat baby dinosaurs. So it can pick up baby raptors, baby T Rexes, like they were berries, toss them up in the air and able to swallow them whole. I mean, yeah, this is a pterosaur I like, and I've seen a skeleton of one that was hanging up uh, in the lobby at the Science Museum in Minnesota, but I think they moved it to the paleontology department area. But yeah, I would like to go back to the Science Museum in Minnesota at some point and get to see that thing all over again. But I would like to see that one that is actually in this picture in the Houston Museum of Natural Sciences. I would love to see that pterosaur, that design where it's just sitting on the ground, just showing its height. The next pterosaur is Dimorphodon. Now, a lot of you do remember this dinosaur, or not dinosaur, this pterosaur from Jurassic World, where it has this like ugly looking face, and and I mean, in the movie it looks large, large, but really it's not. It's not a large pterosaur at all. It's actually a small pterosaur. And it's kind of like one of those pterosaurs that you can identify as like, ooh, that looks really ugly, but you can see it's still pretty cool. The skull is kind of a long skull, but it's got these really wicked looking teeth in its mouth and able to catch fish. I mean, yeah, this animal is just such a awesome looking pterosaur, and yeah, so Dimorphodon is smaller than what it is in Jurassic World. So yeah, and Dimorphodon is one of my favorites as well, and it's from the Triassic too. The next pterosaur is Nyctosaurus. Now, Nyctosaurus, there is a skull. We have in colossal fossils we have a skull of Nyctosaurus. That kind of configuration right there, where it kind of has these like prong-like crests right there, and so you kind of have like these two crests kind of going on opposite ends, almost at a 90-degree angle, and so that's pretty cool. And males probably have these elongated ones a little bit more. And Nyctosaurus is not a technically large pterosaur. It's actually a little bit more of a medium-sized pterosaur. Would actually get about like say 10 feet in terms of wingspan. Not a very large pterosaur at all, but it does not. It has a really elegant looking beak, and so yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I like this pterosaur, and from the Cretaceous too, and able to catch fish and squid. Now this one you might say this is the cutest of the pterosaurs, Anurognathus. Anurognathus is a small pterosaur, lived in the Jurassic, and was feasting mostly on insects. And this pterosaur is able to like hang on to like sauropods and other large dinosaurs and able to feast on the insects of them. So they're kind of like the pest control of the Jurassic. And I mean, how can you not like that face? I mean, come on, it's an adorable face, and like everybody knows that Anurognathus of the pterosaurs is the cutest of all pterosaurs. The next pterosaur is Anhanguera. In Anhanguera, we have a skull of this as one of our exhibits in Colossal Fossils. It is such a cool skull. Got these. It's a long skull and it has this crest at the end of its snout, and and it's got these wicked teeth. And these teeth are needle sharp teeth, and you can actually guess is like yeah they catch fish pretty well, and this animal can get to 20 feet in wingspan. That is pretty cool. And now you might think that is Enhungara the same as Ornithochirus? Well, really, it's not. Ornithochirus is a different type of pterosaur compared to Enhungara. They may look the same in terms of that, but I think Ornithochirus is slightly larger than Enhungara. And so, yeah, and the Enhungara is from Brazil, whereas Ornithochirus is mostly found in Europe. And yeah, I think this is a really cool pterosaur. And if you guys get a chance to check out an Anhangara, like either skeleton or a skull, please feel free to do so because that is such a cool looking pterosaur. The next one is a very bizarre pterosaur called Pterodaustro. Pterodaustro is a pterosaur found mostly in South America, and it actually has this weird looking feature. It has bristles for teeth in its beak. Such a weird pterosaur. And so probably this pterosaur is able to use its bristles to filter in the water, catch like the smallest of creatures. So like your very tiny little shrimps, maybe to eat some of the tiny fish. But yeah, such a weird looking pterosaur. If you can kind of see in this picture on the right, is that you cannot see the bristles at all, and so you have to use very powerful tools to actually be able to see this. So like say like say a CT scan, or otherwise maybe like a device that is able to like find the different structures in the fossil. Like it's such a weird looking pterosaur. I like it. I think it's actually such a cool pterosaur, and it's kind of got this curved beak, not really a straight beak. It's curved, kind of curving down and up, and yeah, I think this pterosaur deserves a little bit more attention. It's such a weird looking pterosaur. Now, this last one is Rhamphorhynchus. Rhamphorhynchus is one of my favorite pterosaurs, and so I'm going to show you in the video right here, this fossil right here. You can't see the teeth, but this is from the Prehistoric Life book, and I don't know if you can see on the bottom. There it is. There's the picture of Rhamphorhynchus. It's a small pterosaur, and I like it because it's actually got those wicked teeth in its mouth, able to catch a small slippery fish. It is seen in Walking with Dinosaurs in the Cruel Sea episode. When you look at that pterosaur, you go, "Ugh, this must have been a very ugly looking pterosaur." I'm like, yeah, it would have been ugly to look at, but then you just go like, it was probably not pretty cool looking, very beautiful to see, like on the shores of Jurassic Seas, just catching a small slippery fish, and is able to catch the fish very, very nicely. And so, yeah, this is the list, and please feel free to let me know what your favorite pterosaurs are in the comments down below. And the next episode will be a Q&A episode on September 30th, 2021. And so, yeah, so it'll be a Q&A episode. So if you got any questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life, feel free to email me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or just go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Dino Chris. Like the page, yes, you post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put your questions in Messenger. That's for private conversations. So please make sure you put your questions in the comment section. And also for your YouTubers out there, feel free to like the videos, share the videos too, and also share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs and other prehistoric life, and also subscribe to the channel. And if you subscribe to the channel, that also helps out the algorithm. Also, liking the videos helps out the algorithm, and also make sure you stomp on that bell too, so that way you can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. And also, you YouTubers out there, feel free to put your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. Your questions do mean a lot on those Q&A episodes, and I do read them all. And you get a shout out in the Q&A episode, and I know you guys like that as well. And make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there, and also you can follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. That's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of people around you. If you're younger people out there, make sure listening to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you can have a good education. It's very important to have a good education. With a good education, they'll get a good job in the future. And also in this kind of time, please wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands if you're not vaccinated. But also if you're not vaccinated, please get vaccinated, because it is very important to make sure that we reduce the spread of the virus, and also that we can get to pre-pandemic normal, because that's what we all want. We want to get to pre-pandemic normal. That's all we want. And also, feel free to check out Colossal Fossils. I'll put a link in the description down below. So we're still in fundraising mode, and if you do want to donate to Colossal Fossils, just hit the link down below, hit the donate tab. You can donate as much as you want. The Colossal Fossils, we're going for T-Rex, and so if you want to help out for the T-Rex fund, please feel free to donate, and the donate bin, or the donate button in colossalfossils.com, and that'll help out a lot to help us get a T-Rex. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.